So you want to be a witch. I understand. Who wouldn't want to be a witch? I mean, you can do magic, you can manifest the thing that you want. But I'm going to speak a bit, some guidelines. I'll try to keep it short and sweet. The first thing everybody says, which is, I'm going to say it too because it's true, is that study, 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 study before you do something magically. Before you do a spell, you're going to want to study magic a lot because everybody's magical path is very unique and different. Some people are more traditional, some people are more solitary, like some solo. Some people are into chaos magic, some people are into working with herbs and plants, some people are into just nature magic, like with the elements, or just fire magic, or everybody's on their own path. Some people might prefer to do like ceremonial magic, some people might prefer not to. So you're gonna want to study it because there's a lot of different kinds, and you're gonna want to obviously you're going to want to know it. You're gonna want to know it enough before you like do anything because you don't want to fuck up too big your first time like practicing it. That's why you need to learn a lot. Keep a journal. Write about everything you learn. And then after you've learned a lot and you feel like ready to start to do one thing, like your first spell, I recommend starting with sigils. They're the easiest and most effective. But after you learn enough, and be careful. Also, don't mix crystals with water because some crystals are toxic when mixed with water, depending on what crystal it is or how it is polished or if it's not polished. I would just suggest don't involve water with them at all. Just, if you want to cleanse them, use salt, use the sun and moon. Don't use dirt if you want. Don't use water. Anyways, that is just something I learned when I started, and I wish somebody told me, and I wish I didn't have to learn the hard way. But yeah, some crystals release toxic chemicals and shit to the air or whatever, like when you mix it with water. So you need to be careful because you could accidentally fucking die. So, yeah. After you learn enough and you do your first little, like, spell, then you're all set to keep practicing, just be safe. Everybody's magical path is different. My magical path, at least currently, is pretty solitary. I don't follow ceremonial magic, because I haven't learned it yet, and I don't know if I like it or not yet. So actually, I have to, like, get into it. I have to learn it more to see if I will even like it before I can really say. I started working with herbs. It was effective. Started working with candles. I love candles. Later, I started working with water, which is amazing for healing magic, and the moon. And, like, I love sigils, started there too, and that really worked. Later, I tried oils, which really worked. Anyways, be safe, journal a lot, and when you do spells, I forgot to say this, when you do spells, write everything about how you did it and the results so that you can become a better witch. Because it, like, when you keep track, then you can better keep track of like what worked and what didn't work. This is going to be very useful because you're not going to always remember everything you do or the intentions and stuff. So like, write the how you did it, and if it's successful, then you can write it as like an official spell for you to do. Remember later. So you can keep growing as witch and have fun. Be safe about it. I also like to follow the rule of like basically whatever you do, it's gonna come back to you. I believe that whatever you put out there, you get back 3 times. And the reason why I believe this is from actual experience with that. So some people don't believe in that. I believe in it. I feel like there are certain guidelines to magic for a reason because they're true. This I feel like they have been true for me. So basically, if you want, you could do baneful magic, like black magic, but just in my opinion, I think whatever you do, it's gonna come back to you 3 times. So, do you really want to do magic with bad energy towards someone else, towards hurting someone else? If you know it's just gonna come back 3 times, that energy is gonna come back 3 times worse towards you. So, wouldn't you want to do like more positive magic? So I only do positive magic mostly, and if it's negative, then it's only to banish bad things away from my life, not to hurt anybody. So basically, I follow the principle of don't do magic to hurt somebody or control somebody. Just do it for good things, to like for protection, healing, growth, abundance, attraction, love, like don't try to do magic. Like these are all good things, but when it comes to love, there's a bit of a blurred line because like if you do magic to try to make a specific person fall in love with you, you're fucking with their free will, and that's considered bad magic, like black magic. And I know this because I have experience with it before I knew any of this. Before I was even a witch, I have experience with like toxic love magic, and it went really badly, and it's not good karma, and it will only like result in bad. So I'd recommend not to do that. And if you want to do positive love magic, you would just do a spell to attract like your general true love. Like don't say like a specific person's name. Um keep it general and leave it up to the universe, and that's a more healthy way to do it. But don't that's it's a little blurred line, you know. It's kind of easy to make things go black when it comes to love magic. So you just have to be careful and don't be specific about who it is. As long as you do that, then it's fine. Like if you just want to attract more love in your life in general, then it's fine. Um anyways, that's just another guideline. So I really do feel and believe that like whatever you put out comes back to you 3 times. That's why I like to do only positive magic for myself, on others that I care about, like if they give me permission to. And you don't have to follow that advice, but I really recommend like from experience, like doing any black magic, which I did on accident, um, to control others or whatever in the wrong, like for selfish reasons, bad reasons, or hurt others. It's just not good for you in the end. So like, yeah, it's just better not to do it. Um, so that was my video on So You Want to Be a Witch. This is just some advice. Um, I really recommend the author Scott Cunningham. He is an amazing author, and I hope I'm saying his name right. He has amazing books about magic and Wicca and stuff like that. Even though I'm not Wiccan yet, I'm reading his book about Wicca, and like I'm still considering about becoming Wiccan or not. I don't know if I will be. I'm pretty solitary, and just because you know you can do witchcraft without being religious, so you don't have to be Wiccan to do witchcraft. You could just be a witch, and you could literally be atheist, or you could be like Christian if you want. But like maybe a lot of Christians will disagree with witchcraft, but like there is Christian witches. So here are some more guidelines I forgot to say. Um, there's even blood magic, but you have to be careful with that because it's your DNA, and when you work with your blood, you are like binding yourself permanently, like kind of like it's like you know, it's like your life force. You're binding yourself to something permanently. So if you're going to use blood magic, yes, it's very effective and strong, but you have to be careful with what you use, what type of spells you're gonna use it with for, because it's very hard to undo when you involve your blood because it's very like permanent. It's like a contract, but with like your DNA. It's like your fucking like unique marking, so you have to be careful with what you're binding with forever. Basically, like it is possible to undo that kind of spell, but it's very hard. Anyway, some more guidelines is it's people say it's easier to manifest when you forget about it, like when you do a spell and then you forget about the intention, you don't overthink about it, don't overfixate. And I think that's true. Like, you do need to let go and release it for it to come back to you. But also, like, I have attracted things while keeping it, while knowing, like, soon, like, I have manifested things very quickly. So, like, I don't know if I was able to easily let it go in the universe, but I don't think you necessarily need to forget what your sigil represents, but, like, it could help to release it. Like, I think both work. Um, both have worked for me, like, both ways, like, whether you forgot or didn't forget, it has worked. But some things that, I've learned that if you, like, hold on too much to what you feel like you lack, like what you really want, like, if you hold on to it too much, like, you're overthinking it, over checking, like, do I have this, do I have this, like, it is harder to manifest that way if you, like, obsess about it. But if not, like, if you're, like, pretty chill about it, it's easier to attract to you, even if you didn't forget about it. Like, you just have to feel like you already have it, so that, like, that's what, you don't have to over worry about it, you don't have to obsess about it, think about it. It's an easier way to manifest. And I wanted to say some more things, but I forgot. Oh yeah, also try not to tell people in your real life that you do magic, or at least be careful with who you tell, because if they are very doubtful about it, they could, like, they could subconsciously block your manifestation because, like, they are doubting about it working, and it can get involved because everything's connected, so, like, their doubts can, like, affect it. It can, but like, just don't let it, like, just, if you have enough protective, like, protection magic, and, like, if you're very confident and secure in your own magic and, like, your own power, and that it's going to work, it doesn't fucking matter somebody tries to doubt it. Like, if you really believe it will work, it will work. Mostly, like, you have to have faith for magic to work. If you don't believe in it, it's not gonna work. It's just how it works. It's just how it goes. You have to have this kind of openness into believing that it's possible, and then it will work. Because if you have doubt yourself, you're just gonna block your own manifestation. So, be open to it, magic, if you want to do it. Like, if you want to actually be successful in magic, you have to be open to the idea that it's possible. Be, like, have faith in your own power and magic, and try not to tell other people because they could probably block it. But if you don't let them block it, then you don't have to worry about it. And be safe. And I think that's all I have to say for now. Magic is fun. Be careful and enjoy. One more thing, which is very important and true, is that you will fuck up at some point, and maybe forever when it comes to magic. Everybody does. So, everybody makes mistakes in it. Nobody's always perfect practitioner. But we learn from the mistakes, so do take notes on that, and keep it in mind, and don't be afraid. Just, you know, but be careful, do your protection magic, you know, positive magic, and you should be fine. If you have positive intentions, you should be fine, even if you make a mistake. I kind of said some advice already, like, don't use crystals with water. Try to do positive magic, because it's gonna come 3 times towards you if you do, like, bad or good. And, be careful with blood magic. And, yeah. Let it go, release it, and it should come to you. So, good luck with your magical journey. Wish you the best.